My main portfolio recently went from 100,000 to 143,000 within a matter of around a week and a half, and this is pre-market flip into the bull market. Rate hikes have not been cut yet. Last year I was featured on MarketWatch, and it really opened me up to the possibility that I could help a lot of people and share my passion for trading and investing in all kinds of markets. So I did what you're not supposed to do, and I purchased my 20 acres of ranch property sight unseen and without a title search, because I figured if my investment style has always been risk heavy, then why should I change anything? So I've read and I've listened to around 100 books related to finance and self-optimization within the last year or two, and I think that alone has really been my biggest ROI. I finally resigned from my job after 4 years of working my own 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5, and I really could just kick my feet up, but instead I feel compelled to work harder, but this time for myself. Hey, my name is Michael Krieger. This is my first YouTube video, and my goal with this channel going forward is to upload content that's reflective of the experience I've gained over the past couple of years that has got me to where I'm at now. And so yeah, I really do think that this is just the beginning for me. However, for a lot of people that I run into in my day-to-day life, a lot of my achievements that I've made so far are what they would be perfectly happy with in their lives. And so I've been feeling pretty compelled recently to broaden the reach of my ability to sort of help and serve other people. I think any success story or any little battle I've won against the markets or the system would bring me far less happiness if I weren't able to share my passion and my process of having done so with the people in my life that I'm close to, basically to show them that they can beat the system as well. A great example of this from my own recent experience is that I've recently made a $40,000 gain within a 1 to 2 week window, and I honestly feel less excited about that than the excitement that I get from sitting down with a friend and showing them that they have this same kind of potential that they might not even know about. And what excites me about that is that I see them get fired up and they do things that they're passionate about at a higher level, and or they feel more motivated and more inspired to work a job that they don't like, because they see that it's very possible for them, if they take the opportunity to invest at even a passive level, that they can achieve financial freedom within a couple years if they're diligent about their investing practices. I actually just recently made the transition from working part-time to now being a full-time investor for myself with a relaxed trading style. And so now I have plenty of time and freedom to share all of the processes of what I've done and what I'm doing that has worked to make it so that I'm more or less completely free to live as I choose. I'm 25 currently. I never went to college, which is something that I knew I wouldn't be doing from a very young age. And so in 2018, I graduated from school and I more or less went straight into the fields of the vineyards and orchards that I live right next to for work. So just to give you context on my character, I opted to take this route in life because I'm definitely not somebody that you can make jump through hoops just because I have the ability to do so. And I think that this mindset has been getting me very, very far in life. Basically, to be non-submissive and disobedient to superiors, however, smart and disciplined for yourself, and especially not superiors that don't deserve real respect. And in general, I think that you can be more superior to and dominant than your superiors on a spiritual level. And that's always how I've felt, even since I was a little kid. So I knew on day one of becoming a farmhand that it was going to be a couple years of saving, trading, investing, making mistakes, and all that kind of stuff. But in my mind, the conditions were perfect because, for one thing, I had always wanted to start a farm, so I paid very close attention to details that I could use going forward if I ever tried to start a similar venture. And it was also the hardest work I could possibly find, or anyone could probably possibly find, for the least amount of pay, which made me feel like I was forced to make my ideas work because I couldn't live off of what I was being paid. And my body was also breaking down, so I knew I couldn't work at that job forever, essentially, which made me feel like I had to make something work outside of that venture. Despite all the drawbacks of the only industry that I have any real work experience in, I decided to buy a property that I hope to make function as an agritourism investment as well as a fully functional and sustainable farm that uses regenerative agriculture. And for now, I only have one location. However, in the future, I plan to buy multiple locations and make it into an investment portfolio of sorts that also leaves a positive impact. So all in all, my goal with this channel is to give you straight to the point answers and value, while also uploading content that's more entertaining than just pure facts and numbers. So another thing I'm going to tie into how I create my content is how I plan to break things down to first principles when I see fit. And I want to do this to make everything more transparent. And the reason why I think this will set my content apart is because most of the people on the internet aren't transparent in the sense that they don't fully explain the reasoning or path that they took to accomplish any given goal. So with my content, I plan to integrate a more transparent or analytical approach to how I operate in my ventures. And depending on the occasion, I plan on doing this by maybe reviewing books, lifestyle improvements, and methods of building towards your goals that not only I use, but household names use as well to actualize goals. As well as also, I'm going to have a lot of content dedicated to being just really entertaining. So basically, I'll also be uploading videos of me messing around doing God only knows what, but I promise I'm also going to make it really informative content. One example of this could be me getting my little 20-acre ranch started up in Texas, and it might be a video of me exploring on a quad or something, talking to myself in the most remote part of West Texas about how and why I impulse purchased sections of ranch property, the thought that went into it, how I got the funds to do so, the factors that I had to consider, the risk reward ratio in terms of future ROI, just the whole breakdown. So that way, if you want to make a similar decision in the future, you're going to be more informed. And then maybe another day after that, I'll do an in-depth analysis on the rise of a certain author, a certain investor, a certain day trader, or any person who has achieved great things for that matter. I could also see myself doing interviews with a lot of these sorts of people. All in all, my goal is to deliver things of value to people who are looking to further actualize something positive in themselves and others. I'm definitely going to upload videos of how I manage my investment portfolios, which will mostly be crypto going forward. However, I do plan on breaking down my property investments as well as my other investments like my high yield dividend stock portfolio. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. And yeah, I really hope that the content that I start uploading gets momentum, because my priority is always personal growth. And in my estimation, there's definitely going to be a lot of personal growth that gets attributed to putting yourself out there in front of lots of people, which is something that I'm definitely excited about. I also think the style of content that I'm putting out will definitely help people and hopefully fast track people towards their goals, which I'm definitely excited for. So yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff going on in the future, and if all that kind of stuff that I've just mentioned interests you, definitely stick around and consider subscribing.